Hello and welcome. Preparation day 2 of the 12 Essential Holy Nights. And that is Christmas Eve, December 24th. Today we are on December 23rd in various parts of the world. If you are in Southeast Asia, you are already close to midnight of December 24th. If you're in Europe, it's afternoon. If you're in the Americas, you're still in the morning. However, important information for you on Preparation Day 2 of the 12 Essential Holy Nights. The theme is Review in Gratitude. We review the year, your family, your ancestry, your progress and growth in various aspects of your life. We also today do the ceremony of the 13 wishes. I give you the exact instructions of how you can make the 13 wishes a reality. And that's a very powerful reality, a very powerful ceremony that has been used for hundreds of years with great effect. And then, of course, we have Christmas Eve. And I will give you specific instructions how, in the context of the 12 nights, the holy nights, you can celebrate Christmas Eve the most effective. Now, let me have a look. That was a feedback echo. So let's start. Are you ready? Well, you're probably still in the preparation day 1, because preparation day 1, depending on the year, winter solstice is always on different days. It can be on December 21st, like this year. It can be on December 22nd. In very rare cases, winter solstice can be even on December 23rd. So preparation day 1 is therefore either 3 days long or 2 days long or 1 day long. However, with midnight, so December 23rd, when midnight point is reached and December 24th starts, we start with Preparation Day 2, which is Review in Gratitude. Also, the live streams will be always at 2 p.m. UTC. However, today I was late. I drove all the way from the Baltic Sea near the border of Denmark to my original home in Salzburg, Austria. And north of Munich, a snowstorm started. So I was in the snowstorm on the highway, and I had to drive very slowly. And I always drive through the night. Like I started at 9:30, and then I arrived at 8 in the morning. And accordingly, I had to sleep. So I got up a little bit late. My excuses for that. But on the positive side, we have White Christmas in Salzburg, which is not so often. And even I'm tempted to go to the Silent Night Chapel in Oberndorf, north of Salzburg, where the Christmas carol Silent Night was first performed by the composer, also by the poet who gave these beautiful words, Holy Night, Silent Night. And this is a momentous occasion always. And I recommend you, if you're ever in Salzburg around that time of Christmas, they have a service, a mass, but it's totally overcrowded. No chance you get a place. What I usually do, I come afterwards. And then it's this tremendous atmosphere, really the silent night, how you can imagine it. So this is Silent Night Chapel in Oberndorf, north of Salzburg. And if you are geographically in the region, it's definitely a tip, especially after all the people are gone, then you can really feel it. However, there's also the wild chase in these nights. We talk about them as well, but if you go to the Silent Night Chapel, don't have to worry. That's sacred ground. There's a very strong energy field of protection. So let me first give you a general introduction. We keep it very short because I'm sure you heard it already, but if this is your first video, it's essential for you to know these things. What are the 12 holy nights? They are actually a tradition that goes in various elements as far back as 2,500 years, maybe even earlier than that, because people have always watched nature and they always wanted to know how will the weather be in the coming year. But they also were not stupid. They didn't have internet, they didn't have cars, they didn't have television sets, they didn't have smartphones, but they had a very natural wisdom and intuition and instinct. And they knew that life was not just about survival, but also about thriving. And this is actually what brought the whole human race forward. We wish to thrive, we wish to grow, we wish to advance. And there's always this spiritual element there as well. So if you are spiritual, if you'd like to advance, if you'd like to thrive, the essential holy nights are perfect for you. In Christianity, called the 12th night, probably has its origin in the disproportion between the lunar calendar and the solar calendar that is used in the Western civilization today. Arabic world and Chinese world still uses the lunar calendar. According to the lunar calendar, the year has 354 days. That is 12 lunar phases of 29.5 days each. However, the time from one winter solstice to the next winter solstice lasts 365.25 days. Those 11 days and 6 hours, to be exact, or roughly 12 nights and a little bit of day, 11 days and a little bit, are missing in our today's calendar system. These so-called holy nights begin, according to Celtic and Germanic traditions, in the night after the winter solstice and lie thus between the years, a designation that is still very common today. The 12 nights and the traditions associated with them from different antique ancient sources go back even to ancient Rome, ancient Greece, and of course, Germanic and Celtic tribes that were in the center and in the north of Europe. In this time, a portal is opening, and each of the holy nights and holy days gives us access to the month associated with it. It means we have 12 nights from 25th of December till 5th of January, and each day connects to a particular month. December 24th, 25th connects to January, and so on till January 5th connects to December of the coming year. That is, in our case, 2025. An ideal opportunity to not only take note and write them down in your Holy Nights journal of any clues, ideas, thoughts, incidences, dreams that you might have in the night, and events, and also your state of health, your state of energy. Write it all down because it connects to events later on in the actual year. So we can also script, create, and manifest our year in this portal time, which is like a lens, by now formulating our intention, our vision, and enriching it with ethereal particles. This is the reason why we are using essential oils. Now, what's that about? It is important to understand each human being is a creator, or actually we are co-creators of the one creator. And that is said in the Bible, God created man after his own image. God created man after his own image. Does it mean we look exactly like God? Well, we all look different. So what does it mean we are created in God's image? We are essentially gifted with the qualities that God himself, herself has, and that is creator. And in Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, you see this picture, this famous pentagram picture. The human being has been related with the 5 elements. On the one hand, because the human being does not only consist of the 4 elements, earth, water, fire, and air, but has also this 5th element, the ether element or akasha element, as it is called in Sanskrit. By the way, important information. What is the Akasha Chronicle? Just to give you an idea how important it is that we work with ether elements or ethereal elements or etheric elements, however you wish to call them. Because this is like the realm in between the world of ideas and the world of cause and effect and our material world. So this is kind of the interface, and whatever is created or formed or put into a matrix in this Akashic world or ethereal world will become a reality with a certain incubation period in our physical world. And in these 12 days and nights, the creation potential is much higher than in the rest of the year. This is why it was taken so serious. The 5th element, the quintessence, characterizes man as a creative being, as a creator, equal to his great creator, God, in the ability to create, or as it is called in the Bible, to call into existence what is not there yet, to call into existence what is not there yet. And if we use these creative powers as human beings, we can do that ourselves. We can call into existence what is not there yet, which is absolutely fascinating if you think about it. So, we are, as I told already, creating a kind of matrix, a shape in the ethereal world, which works like a blueprint for any manifestation taking place in the physical world. So what do you need? The idea or vision from the world of ideas, the mental world. After Socrates called it the world of ideas. We speak of vision or intention, and when that is strong enough, and then it's enriched with emotions, you have to love it or be excited about it or be enthusiastic about it, and added ethereal elements, for example, from essential oils. Then you're really creating a matrix in the ethereal world, and that, with a certain incubation period, manifests in the physical world. And you'll be surprised, it really works. If you ever wondered, manifestation, does it work? Well, you won't be able to manifest a Ferrari in that way. By the way, also because you don't believe in it. So if you don't believe in it, it won't happen. And what's the use of manifesting a Ferrari out of thin air? It's more about your inner development, situations in your life, people you come in contact with, progress, access, advancement, and so on. And these can be very, very conveniently influenced and manifested using these techniques of the essential holy nights. As I said, essential oils and oil blends provide the etheric particles needed to let the manifestation work take shape. We use 47 different oils and oil blends during these 12 essential holy nights, which are precisely matched to the respective days, month, and themes. So here are just a few of those 47 oils, and they are all from Young Living essential oils. Why do I use these oils? Because in my experience, I have met people and representatives from many oil companies. We always do blind tests. That means we put a label around, a neutral label, so no one can see which oil bottle it is, and then we just check lemon, 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 or cedarwood, 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 or lavender, lavender, lavender. And representatives of other companies, then they're often shocked to find out, wow, your oils are the ones I like most if I do the blind test. So why is that? Because Young Living oils are really highly concentrated. It's no fake, it's no dilution there. it's 3 to 5 times more concentrated than most other oils you'll find on the market. And of course, it has 100% purity, according to the seed to seal process, which is much higher than the highest governmental standard, which is the AFNOR standard that is used in France, the home country of aromatherapy. So we are working here with our coming year. We are working with our lives. We are working with manifesting what is to come. So it really pays to use also the best ingredients or the best essential oils available, exactly because they give you the ethereal particles that are needed. However, as I told you, well, if you are standing in Oberndorf, north of Salzburg, at the Silent Night Chapel, even later in the night you are protected because this little church has a strong energy field. However, starting with this night from the 24th to 25th, your first holy night, the wild chase is around. And these are all the unliberated beings, ghosts, human beings, but also animals and even demonic beings that are roaming around in this time. And I once really had the experience. I lived in Fuschel am See, by the way, close to where Red Bull, the energy drink, is based. I was neighbor for 7 years. And I drove home from my parents. We had a Christmas celebration. And then suddenly, whoosh, and really a strong feeling and a strange feeling and a strange sound whirling around. And I stopped the car because I felt something is not right. I felt like, is it dangerous? What's this? And then I saw really these shades or these beings rushing by from the left to the right. And I intuitively ducked. I looked down, which is important. If you see something like that, then you should not look directly into it because it might pull you also, or it might pull parts of you, soul parts of you, away from you. So did the right thing. You can even repeat a prayer or a mantra. And then when it was gone, slowly the air became normal again. And because there was real tension in the air. And then I drove on and drove home. And then I realized, wow, it's not just a fairy tale. The wild chase is something that is happening. And for that reason, in the old days, they did not wash clothes. They didn't do their laundry from 24th of December till 6th of January, because you would not hang out your clothes to dry, because some of these ghosts and demons would get caught. And these are basically end of the year demons, as they are called in other traditions. Basically, the unliberated forces of the old year, the things that have not come to fruition, the things that are still roaming around aimlessly. Which is an important point, because what I'm telling you here means bring your things to the end. Always have a clear concept of the next year, which is what we are also doing in the 12 Essential Holy Nights. So you will have really a script, like a producer script or a director script, really, for your coming year, if you do this scripting that we show you in the 12 Essential Holy Nights. And then also, you will not have energies running around idly, being unfulfilled, because that always takes away from our energy, that takes away from our potential. So, wild chase means in the old days, they would stay at home after sunset and before morning dawn. They would not look out of the window. For this purpose, also, to put really curtains, so they were not tempted to look outside, because even if you would catch a glance of the wild chase from inside, it could take some soul fractals of you away. So we are really focusing on something important here. There is a strong energy and a strong opening in this time, because the veil to the inner world, first the astral or ethereal world, then the mental world, the world of ideas, of vision, and then even the higher spiritual worlds, is wide open. As is, of course, the veil to this lower astral world, which is why we can also become confronted with the wild chase, which is something that happens in the lower astral or vital worlds. Now, you maybe know the old saying, energy goes or energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. And that means if you're focused throughout these 12 nights and days, you will have such a focus, because it can take up to 2 hours per day, depending on how intensely you do it. It's an amazing work. You will be like in a capsule, like in another realm for this time. And you will love it. I have now many people renewing for the 4th, 5th, 6th year. I'm doing it myself for the 7th year. It is amazing what takes place with these 12 essential holy nights. However, because you're so focused on all the ceremonies and rituals and thoughts and visions and dreams, we are not losing our focus looking at things like, for example, the wild chase. That means we are safe. If you spend the time between 25th of December and 5th of January, that's the actual 12 nights, and of course, preparation day 2, 24th of December, and the night of the Three Kings, 6th of January. If you spend them idling, not knowing what to do with yourself, hanging out, then there is a potential you get negative influences, you get negative energies, because they are also around specifically in that time. So use this time wisely. And before we go to review in gratitude, the particular things that I recommend you to do on preparation day 2, December 24th, some participants have asked me, okay, what do I do if I am pregnant or breastfeeding? Can I use the essential oils then? Please follow the 12 Holy Nights as a whole and holistic reality, as the knowledge and rituals and ceremonies work with or without the oils. The oils are additional enhancers, especially for manifestation. The ethereal particles are not just enhancers, but really enablers. However, you may use most oil blends that I present, because most are mild, and some of them even with carrier oils. Frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, gentle baby. In general, tree oils, root oils, and flower oils are all fine. What should you not use if you are pregnant or breastfeeding? You should not use citrus oils or blends that contain citrus oils. You should not use hot oils such as cinnamon bark, clove, cassia, and blends such as thieves. So if you think back at our winter solstice meditation, we had orange, we had grapefruit, we had cinnamon bark and cassia. These would be the oils you would not use as breastfeeding or pregnant woman. Also not strong herbal oils such as oregano, thyme, and basil, as good as they are otherwise. And oils with camphene, such as peppermint, hyssop, myrtle, all types of eucalyptus, rosemary, and ravintsara. Ravintsara is the camphor tree. And also don't use in pregnancy or while you're breastfeeding oils containing plant hormones, such as clary sage and sage. That's important information. Take a screenshot of this, because you will need this knowledge anyway, not just for the 12 essential holy nights. And now let us look into the review in gratitude. I recommend you to use 2 oils in that time. The oil blend 3 Wise Men, which we will also use again on the 6th of January, as well as the oil blend Gratitude, which we are using for looking back at the year, what happened in the family, in our ancestry, our family history, in our own progress in the last year, and in the general growth, what grew and what did not grow. So let's look at the oils first. Start with the family and with the ancestors, because they are the greatest influence. You probably know people who say, oh, I will never become like my father, I will never become like my mother. And wait till they are 40 or 45. They become exactly like their father or like their mother, even if they don't want to realize it. Well, it's because genes are strong, epigenetics is strong, and you have to really make a conscious effort if you wish to transcend what your father has reached, what your mother has reached. It's possible, but it's an effort. One of the best helps to achieve this generational transformation, that you are transcending your generational influences, and the main influences are actually the last 7 generations. The last 7 generations, you can't even think that far back, because first generation is your mother and your father, second generation backwards are your grandparents, third generation backwards are your great-grandparents, and then it's still 4, 5, 6, 7 generations. They are all acutely in your cells, in my cells, in our DNA. And they determine how we feel, how we think, how we act. All the traumas, for example. Let's say your grandfather had a business and then the war came. Or if you are in the USA, Native Indians attacked. Or if you're in Europe, Second World War. Or economic crisis came and your great-grandfather lost everything. Then you will have a poverty programming, a programming of lack. That it's no use making money, no use building economic fortune or abundance, because I will lose it anyway. It will be gone anyway. And it's nothing you can clearly understand unless you would look into family history in all the areas. We will look actually at 7 areas, and this analysis, so I just show you the 7 areas: physical, emotional, mental, social, financial, spiritual, and fun, joy of life, and delight of existence. These are all levels that we are looking at, and they are tremendously powerful. If you look at family history in all these 7 fields, because they're all influences. Again, financial. This is what we just talked about. Your great-grandfather had a business and lost everything. Accordingly, money and financial fortune became a difficulty in your family line. And this is just one example. It can be physical things like physical diseases, physical ailments. It can be emotional dispositions, like some families have really a depressive streak, or some families actually have a higher percentage of being suicidal than other families. And that's all coming from what is called in the Bible the sins of the father, or generational sins, because of course, back in those days, they didn't have the terms genetics yet. It didn't exist back then, but that's what they're talking about. So it's important to understand your ancestry. It's important to have a look at it in these 7 areas. So I lost the presentation. Here it is again. So the 7 areas: physical, your body; emotional, your emotion; thoughts, which are the family thoughts, which are the typical ideas, and sometimes even fixed ideas that exist in the family. Social behavior. Do you come from a family history with rich connections, with important connections, or are you or your family more isolated and don't have useful connections? And that, by the way, leads directly to your financial fortune, because who pays? Other human beings pay. You know, your car does not pay you. The AI does not pay you. Your dog does not pay you. Your garden does not pay you. Actually, you have to pay for these things. So who pays? Human beings pay human beings for services received, especially valuable services. Then they become either services or products or ideas. Can be products that improve the life or solve problems, can be services that improve the life or solve problems, can be ideas that improve life or solve problems. This is what human beings are paying for. You give them value, you get back financial means. And now this is really a function. If you think about it, how many people do you know? How many people are in your network? For example, if you know only 10 people, and out of these 10 people, not everyone buys from you, you will have very limited financial capability. So if you know 1,000 people, or once I stood in a red carpet event in Las Vegas, besides the Swim with the Sharks Out author, and by the way, this is a real recommendation, swimming with the sharks and staying alive, swim with sharks without being alive, Harvey McKay. He was then 84 years old. And by that time, he started with 17 years old. He had a Rolodex of over 1 million contacts. Over 1 million contacts. Imagine that. And these were not contacts that were like dead names or dead telephone numbers, but he engaged with them. He sent them Christmas and birthday wishes, and he knew. Imagine what a network. I mean, Harvey McKay is probably number one in the world regarding social connections. 1 million plus, imagine that. Now, not every one of these 1 million buys from him, but you can imagine what amount, even if just a percentage buys, what an amount of financial power comes about. So social wealth is so important before you can have financial wealth. And by the way, there's even a connection to spiritual wealth, which is quite interesting. So physical, emotional, mental, that's you as an individual. That's like the lower triad. You, your body, your emotions, your thoughts. Then comes the higher triad, you and other people, you and the financial energies that comes from other people or goes to other people, and you and spirit, or you and the divine, you and God, plus you and the divine inside other people. That's the higher triad. And then, of course, we have the seventh, and that is apart from it. That is really how fulfilled is your life, how happy is your life, how much thrill do you have, how much nadi bliss do you have, how much soul's delight do you experience, how much delight of existence. As Joseph Campbell calls it, always follow your bliss. Follow your bliss. Follow your bliss. So if you make this analysis, you look back into family history, in the last 7 generations, whatever you can even find, because not all will be available to you, it will be a huge help for you to figure these things out, because you will find reasons for certain emotions you have. You will find reasons for certain thoughts or even fixed ideas. You will find reasons for social behaviors. You will find reasons for your financial fate as it is now, because you can change it. And for that, we use the 3 wise men oil blend, but we do not use it to make now a DNA analysis or a karmic analysis of the last 7 generations. We do a much simpler and yet more profound technique, and that is we take a few drops of this beautiful oil blend, and this is a thick one, has high viscosity because it contains myrrh and it contains sandalwood oil, so it doesn't come out so quickly. What can you do? 45-degree angle, and then roll it a little bit. You see maybe now the drop is coming out. So I'll show you with the second drop. They really like honey drops in this particular case. It's the 3 wise men. You are patient. Here it is. Okay. Now you activate it with this position, this gesture is the gesture of the ancient oint maker. And you apply it on your crown, because this is connecting you to your divine root, but you also apply it on your neck, because this is connecting you to those who came before you. Then you connect it, you apply it on your third eye, you apply it on your throat, you apply it on your heart, you apply it on the hands, and you apply to the feet. And immediately you will notice, wow, what a scent, because this wonderful oil blend, Three Wise Men, contains juniper, which protects from negative energies. It contains sandalwood, which opens to the third eye, to the higher realm, to the worlds of light, to the Shiva energy. It contains frankincense, which connects you to the absolute, to source. And we have also inside myrrh, which is God, the mother, the world mother, but also the mother of the universe. So this is a tremendous oil blend. And if you have it, if you have applied it, again, you take the drop. I take one more because it is so good. And by the way, it's a 15 milliliter bottle. You have 270 drops inside. Activate it. 1, 2, 3. Apply on the neck for that which those who became for you, for your crown, for your source, your divine source, your third eye for your vision forward, your throat for your expression, your self-expression, your ability to call things. Remember, call things into existence that are not there yet. Call things into existence that are not there yet. Manifest. Then on your heart chakra, and then on your hand chakras, as well as your feet chakras. And now you sit and you feel behind you and above you all the generations. Your father and mother stand behind you. Behind them stand their fathers and mothers, your grandparents. Behind them stand their parents and grandparents, your great-grandparents, and so on. And you visualize this whole lineage of people. It's tremendous. How many people are there in this lineage that you call your family? I will even see if I can look, finding another picture. Well, I don't find it. Feel all these people behind you to the beginning of history. How they are standing behind you and slightly above you. And at the very beginning, the first ones, your very first female predecessor, your very first male predecessor. A whole lineage of people. Tremendous. How many there are? And they're all connected to you. And what you think, what you dream, what you believe, all that is influenced by these ancestors. Also, all your difficulties. There might be traumas that go back to your predecessors. The huge lineage that you're looking at. And I give you the picture so you can have an idea how that looks. These are just 4 generations behind you. Hope you can see that. So you, behind you, your father and your mother, behind them, their fathers and mothers, your grandparents. Behind them, their fathers and mothers, your great-grandparents. Behind them again, you see how many they are, the great-great-grandparents. And these are just 4 of the 7 generations. So if you can research your family history with regards to these 7 areas that we talked about, you'll be amazed how many reasons you find why things are as they are. And now the main thing is not to explain or to accuse, oh, this is why I have this situation. Your main thing is to be thankful for them, to be thankful to them. Because whatever they gave onto you, without them, you would not be there. You would not exist without them. And there's also one thing about your ancestors, and this is they love you. They love all their children and children's children. And the ancestors always have to wish that the family, the children will have it better one day, will have it better than they had it. So it's so noble. And now what you do, you really thank them. You thank them for their great wishes to you, because you wouldn't be there without them, but they all had this amazing wish that you will do better one day than they did. And this is fantastic. Feel that good wish, that positive energy, and it's not just from one person, it's from many persons. Feel it in your back. They have your back. They stand in your back. They got your back. And also in your heart. Feel their love in your heart. How much love there is. They are there for you. And you have no idea how many people were there. Well, nowadays people are interested. They do some genetic research. But this is on a spiritual level, not just on a genetic level. This is really all the sources that you come from, that you are connected to. And what we do now on the 24th of December, we thank them. We thank them from the depths of our heart. We thank them back to the first ones, back to the first woman of our lineage, back to the first man of our lineage. And this is so rich. There is so much. There's so many great people in your ancestry. Some of them would be your best friends. Some of them would be your favorite husband, your favorite wife in all the incarnations. They are all already inside you, inside your genes, inside your consciousness, inside your energy. And we give thanks to that using this particular technique. We give thanks. And for giving thanks, we use 3 wise men to connect with our family, to connect with our ancestry, to connect all the way back to the beginning, to the first ones, and also up to the divine. Because as I said, frankincense connects to God the Father, myrrh connects to God the Mother, sandalwood connects to the worlds of light. Now we go one step further. After we have connected ourselves in all these ways, we bring to the fore our gratitude. Gratitude, and you can open the bottle and start inhaling it aromatically from the bottle. Gratitude is a practice and an attitude. This oil blend has an uplifting aroma that fosters gratitude, thankfulness, and contentment. Did you notice when you're grateful, you are content. When you are ungrateful, you are dissatisfied, you are not content. So better be grateful anyway. When you concentrate on things you are grateful for, instead of concentrating on things that bother you, you open yourself up to receiving more gifts. Life flows better when your heart and mind are open with gratitude. And after 3 to 5 minutes of aromatic breathing with gratitude, you take a drop or two. And actually, you could apply the oil on any part of the body where you wish to be grateful. However, you decide what are the areas of your body where it's the most important to be grateful. I usually, remember, activate. I usually have the crown, the third eye, the whole forehead, where my thoughts are, to have grateful thoughts. The throat, to have grateful words, and the heart area, to have grateful feelings. And then I apply it anywhere, maybe where I'm grateful because that part of my body was lucky. It could have been destroyed. And now I'm so grateful. I'm still here. My body is working. And now really inhale this gratitude, inhale this feeling of gratitude. It's a beautiful blend, by the way. Canadian balsam fir, frankincense, coriander, myrrh. You see already very similar oils like in Three Wise Men. It's a continuation of Three Wise Men. But here we have also ylang ylang, one of the heart flowers, bergamot, the citrus oil that has to do with being satisfied, being content. The Northern Lights black spruce, additionally to the fir. So I lost my little dinghy. Oh, here it is. Show you here with Three Wise Men. We had the black spruce inside, the frankincense, the sandalwood, the myrrh, and the juniper. Now here we have the black spruce, the frankincense, and the myrrh, 3 of the 5. Additionally, we have the balsam fir, very powerful tree, coriander seeds, gives you seed energy, ylang ylang, and geranium, very important flowers of the heart. They help you to open your heart. Gratitude comes from the heart. And the vetiver. And vetiver is the plant that has the deepest roots in comparison to its size. So vetiver grows up like 8 feet to 9 feet. 8 feet. 7 to 8 feet, about 7 feet. I have to calculate from meters to feet. Vetiver is 7 feet high, but the roots are like 9 feet deep. It's the only plant that has deeper roots than what grows above the earth. So that's 2 meters above the earth, 2.5 meters and more below the earth. So this gives you real groundedness. This gives you real solidity, really standing your ground. So this is also important to understand. Gratitude is strong. Gratitude is strength. It's nothing feeble. It has gentle aspects, loving aspects, divine aspects, but yet it's one of the strongest powers that we have in our life, gratitude. And when we are grateful, we receive more of what we are grateful for. And now, with regards to what we talked about, 3 wise men, for your lineage, your ancestry, all the way back to the first ones, and then being grateful, not just for your family, for your ancestry, but also for yourself in the last year, for whatever happened in the last year, what was beautiful and you're grateful for it, and what was maybe tough, but you're still grateful for it, because sometimes we learn from tough things more than from just the easy things. And you go tomorrow, so we are recording this on the 23rd of December. Tomorrow, on the December 24th, preparation day, take half an hour or an hour for this particular ritual with revisement and gratitude, and go through whatever comes to your mind in the last year that happened physically, and you're grateful for it. That happened emotionally, and you're grateful for it. That happened mentally, and you're grateful for it. That happens socially, and you're grateful for it. Even the negative things, because sometimes they're good. Sometimes it's better someone goes than you continue with someone who you cannot help and who cannot help you. Your financial, your spiritual, and your joy of life, delight of existence in the past year. Look at all these things. Which do you want to carry over into 2025? Which do you not choose to carry over into the new year, but you're grateful for them? And this is the key. Being grateful for them is either it's bad or it didn't serve me and goodbye, stay in the old year, but I absolve it. I liberate it by being grateful to it. I don't wish it to become part of the wild chase, because then it becomes part of these unliberated energies. And this is not helping anyone. This is a burden to the earth atmosphere. So I say thank you to all the things that I leave behind that didn't serve me, all the people that I leave behind, all the traumas, the tragedies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was nice while it lasted, but now it's over. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. And the things you wish to carry over into the new year, thank them for being there already in the previous year, and thank them for being there, especially in the new year. You start with 3 wise men, connecting yourself to your family history, to your ancestry, and then you continue with gratitude and all these imaginations or intentions or foci. I usually support them by smelling, inhaling gratitude oil blend aromatically directly from the bottle. So it can last half an hour. It can even last up to an hour. You can write things down in your Holy Night journal. That makes it even more powerful, writing it down in your handwriting, not typing it, handwriting. Because what you type is not registered by your subconscious, but what you write with your hand, your subconscious registers. And this is one major ceremony. I would even call it ceremony, not just a ritual for the 24th of December. Now we have the second major ritual or ceremony, depends what it is. And please, I forgot to give you the invitation to ask questions. If you have any question, please ask. Please write in the chat. Anything is unclear. So, the ceremony of the 13 wishes is the second big thing. Now, first of all, let's look at what is the difference between rituals and ceremonies. Are these interchangeable terms? In rituals, we perform something to make it sacred. Rituals can make something sacred if we continuously and repeatedly perform these rituals. In ceremonies, we celebrate something that is already sacred. In ceremonies, we celebrate something that is already sacred. That's the difference. So it basically depends also in how much have you practiced it already. Is it already a sacred thing that you just have to re-invoke by that ceremony? Or is it something that is not yet strong enough, enriched enough, that we call it holy or sacred. And then it's still a ritual. So basically, on the way to ceremony, it's rituals that we perform. Now, it might be just a philosophical difference, but it gives you an idea. We deal with sacredness. The 13 wishes ceremony is ancient and brings you many blessed experiences. New paths will be taken in the new year. And to this end, you please write down in your Holy Night's journal on the 24th of December, on Preparation Day 2, 13 projects as wishes that you wish to be fulfilled in the new year. 13 projects that become your 13 wishes for the new year. Everything that is really close to your heart, everything that you really wish to change, that you wish to finally happen in the new year, or that you wish to finally leave you in the new year, can be one of these 13 wishes. You write down these 13 projects or wishes on small pieces of paper. Slips of paper. And I just was using DeepL as a translation software, and I just saw it made want and want and want. This is why I stopped now, because it's a wish, not I want. It's a wish. It's not a want. A want is always like a deficit, like I'm wanting something, I'm lacking something. So ban the word want from your vocabulary. Make it a wish or a choice. I choose, or at least I wish, but not I want. Because if you speak about wanting, you're basically accepting shortage, you are accepting lack. So I hope you got that also. It's an important differentiation. You're not wanting it, you're at least wishing it. Maybe you're consciously choosing it. So you write these 13 projects or wishes on small pieces of paper, slips of paper, which you then fold so that they cannot be distinguished. So you don't know which is which. And you cannot see from the outside which wish it is. Keep these 13 pieces of paper in a small container, a little treasure box, maybe also a glass or a bag. The first 12 wishes are handed over to the universe during the 12 holy nights. It means tomorrow, on the first holy night, on December 25th, you take out the first piece of paper, the first wish, and ideally you do that already at midnight from 24th to 25th with the request for fulfillment, and you burn it in a candle flame or fire, whatever you have. Some people have fire in their homes, some people have candles in their homes. Burn it without knowing which wish it was. So you hand it over to the universe, one wish a day. That was your wish for the month of January. You didn't even know which it was, but you will be amazed how these projects will take their course by themselves. This is a practice. I call it a ceremony, not just a ritual, that has been used for at least 500 years by those who know, and it works. Reminder, the things in your life do not happen against you. Things happen always for you, even if the meaning of certain events is often not immediately clear to you. After you have done this day by day, till you are on the 5th of January, this is the 12th day, the 12th wish, there remains the 13th wish left. And this one will be unfolded, not put into the flame, but unfolded on Epiphany, on 6th of January, on the day of the three kings, the three wise men, and you find out which project it is, and that wish you are charged of taking care with your own responsibility. So this is the only one. The 13th wish becomes your responsibility. The first 12 wishes are handed over to the universe and are the universe's responsibility. However, there's a little bit of magic involved because, of course, you know your subconscious knows, even your conscious mind knows because you originally wrote down these wishes, these projects. And then from your mind to the subconscious, and from your subconscious to the universal consciousness, or collective unconscious, as Carl Gustav Jung called it. And it's powerful. This is the chance for you. Maybe you do it the first time in your life. I promise you, you will do it more than once. So today on December 24th, you write down your 13 wishes projects, fold the pieces of paper, put them in a small container, a treasure chest, or a bag. From December 25th onwards, every day, you take out a slip of paper at midnight or in the morning when you get up on each of the 12 nights and hand it over to the universe, into a flame, for example, the divine power, or in a fire, for example, in a fireproof bowl or in a chimney. Feel the blessing while you're burning that wish. Feel there is something cosmic happening, and you will feel it. Higher powers will take care that your wish comes true during the month associated with the respective rough nights. And original name Holy Nights comes from rough night or smoke nights because they smudged. They smoked, they didn't have essential oils, but they cleansed with sage and other herbs, smudging. In the old traditions of the Holy Nights that go back 2,500 years, old Celtic, Germanic traditions. So the higher powers will take care that your wish comes true during the months associated with each little slip of paper and the night you burn it. So let's say you burn it on the 28th of December, that particular wish, and that is to come true in April, because April is 25, 26, 27, 28, the fourth Holy Night. Do you have any questions? Is it clear to you? This is the second big step for today. First big step is thank your family, your ancestry, and thank the whole old year, and use 3 wise men and gratitude oil blend. And that's the beauty if you do that first ritual. Second, the ceremony of the 13 wishes. Sit down. What do you really like to happen? What do you really wish to happen? Not you need to happen or want to happen. Overcome thinking of needs and wants. You wish to happen, you choose to happen. And these you write down on 13 slips of paper. You give into the flame, then on each Holy Night. And then finally on Epiphany, January 6th, you have one last slip of paper remaining. That one you open, you read it, and that's your responsibility. That's what you're taking on consciously. Now we have a third element, and that is Christmas Eve itself. And so preparation day 2 is very important. Christmas Eve is, of course, the birth of the Holy Child, the birth of the divine child. And of course, it is Jesus, the Jesus child. Yet it is the birth of the divine inside each human being. Every year, again and again, the lights are lit. The star on the top of the tree is burning bright. It's like the pole star guiding you, like the star was guiding the 3 wise men, the 3 kings. The lights burning on the tree, these are your chakras, your inner energy channels. And if you wish to experience the Holy Night, Christmas Eve, in a very special way, you can use these 3 oils: surrender, humility, and the gift. Surrender, you inhale it first, 3 to 5 minutes aromatically. It really makes you flow and melt and give up your ego will and surrender to the divine will, become one with the divine will, with the cosmic will. And that basically removes all your resistance to God's plans. You surrender. And this oil is particularly nice if you're also applying it. Again, gesture of the ancient oint maker, 1, 2, 3 clockwise. You apply it on the crown and on the heart center. That's enough. If you wish to surrender your thoughts, you can also apply it on your forehead. If you wish to surrender your words, apply it on your throat. If you wish to surrender your service, your actions, apply surrender on your hands. And then just breathe and feel the softness and yet indomitable strength of surrender. Because now you're not this little being with the little ego will, struggling to make it happen. Now you're connected with the divine force, with the divine will. That is all goodness and all grace. And that ensures that it will happen. Feel that grace on your head, your crown chakra. Feel that grace on your forehead. Feel that grace on your throat. Feel that grace in your heart. Feel that grace in your hands. Surrender your resistance. Surrender your separation from the divine. And do this for 3 to 5 minutes, aromatically breathing and having applied the surrender oil blend. Deep, very, very deep. Secondly, we use humility. And humility even deepens the surrender. Proverbs, King Solomon says, when pride comes, then comes disgrace. With humility comes wisdom. With humility comes wisdom. And many people have a strange idea of humility because we bow when we are humble. They think they make themselves like lower, or they make themselves underlings or slaves even. And that is not true. Humility means you're really eye to eye with everyone. In humility is humaneness, being human, humility. So you're eye to eye with everyone. You're not higher, you're not lower. We are all brothers and sisters. And so you inhale humility, 3 to 5 minutes. You know you are one with all humans. You have humility. You're not separated anymore. You are the cosmic human, connected with all your brothers and sisters. There's a great power in this oneness through humility. And it's the second step you take on Christmas Eve again, after surrender, 3 to 5 minutes. The final step, before you go to the family festival, or you celebrate Christmas alone, you celebrate Christmas with friends and family, final step is the gift. The gift oil blend, that is one of the 2 recipes from the second book of Moses. It's the most pertinent oil blend for Christmas Eve. You apply the gift on all the 7 chakras. Activate it, that's beautiful color. Activate it, apply it on the crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral plexus, and perineum. And all the 7 chakras coming down. And then you breathe from the bottle the gift. And you feel how the gift really comes. The gift of that holy night, silent night. The gift of all your inner lights being lit. The gift of the star leading your steps. You have surrendered your ego will. You are eye to eye with everyone. They are all your brothers and sisters. We are truly humane. And now you receive the highest gift. That is the divine birth inside your heart, the divine birth inside your being. You're basically re-Christianed. This is what is meant, born again. We are all born again each Christmas Eve, if we consciously celebrate it. You are re-Christed, you are re-Christianed. And if this is not your terminology, because you're Buddhist, you are re-Buddha'd. Or if you are Hindu, you are re-Krishna'd. At least once a year, let the divine take birth inside you. So it's not the trace of your ego left. You are the Christ is in you. Or you are Buddha, the Buddha is inside you. Or you are Krishna or Rama. Krishna is inside you, Rama is inside you. And this is how you celebrate for yourself, unless you're a group of people who understand that if you're a whole group, you can do it together. Surrender, humility, and the gift. And then go follow the proceedings, gifts, family meal, Christmas meal, whatever it is. This is the third element for preparation day 2. I remind you, the first element is gratitude to the year, gratitude to the family, gratitude to the ancestry, your forefathers, gratitude for the progress you have made, and gratitude for whatever is grown in the past year. And you do that looking at these 7 areas of your life: physical, emotional, mental, social, financial, spiritual, and joy of life, delight of existence. Follow your bliss. And you choose which to carry over into the next year, which not. You say thank you anyway. Be grateful for all of them. That's the first big ritual or even ceremony for preparation day 2, December 24th. Second one is, always jumps in, this is if you have not yet your ticket. You have not secured your ticket yet. Then you can do so. I believe below this video, if you're watching on YouTube, above this video, if you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, you find the link if you wish to participate in the whole 12 Essential Holy Nights or even the Essential Holy Nights here. And by the way, you get a 3-year ticket with each package. So it's more than you think. Yes. This is actually, if you take just package 2, you have me for 135 hours in the next 3 years. Tremendous value. So secondly, your second big project for December 24th is the ceremony of the 13 wishes. And at midnight from 24th to 25th of December, you burn the first slip of paper. And the last one is celebrate Christmas Eve. However you celebrate Christmas Eve, normally with family, with friends, with a Christmas tree, with presents, this is the essence of what Christmas is really about. Surrender your ego to God's guidance. Become humble. You are one with all your brothers and sisters. You're not better, you're not worse than anyone. And thirdly, receive the gift. Receive the gift of the divine birth inside you. That's the powerful 3 steps for your preparation. Day 2 will be a very, very blessed Christmas. And from now on, we have the live stream every day at 2 p.m. UTC in the Essential Holy Nights Facebook group. But I will keep inside only the people who have a ticket. So this is now the time for you to decide. Do you wish to take it further, at least for the whole 12 Holy Nights, or even for the 12 Holy Nights and the Essential Holy Nights here? Then go to the link, get your ticket, and then we are for 3 years taking this journey, and you will be amazed how far it will take you. If not, this is the last time we see each other, and I wish you all the best. Wonderful 12 Essential Holy Nights. And for those who have the ticket, you will get the live stream every day for each of the 12 Holy Nights, plus for Epiphany, for the Day of the 3 Kings. If you were already part of the Essential Holy Nights for 3 years, and your 3 years are finished now, you will notice, wow, I cannot access the Facebook group anymore, and my exclusive member area is gone. This happens automatically when your 3 years are over. And this is why I also have sent out repeater codes. Repeater codes, they are discount codes, so you get the next 3 years even cheaper. Cheaper in terms of money, but not less worth. Actually, you will find even more worth. So I invite you to use this opportunity, because 2025 will be an amazing year. 2025 will be the fastest year that we all experienced. The special triad or triangle that starts to happen now in, I think, 30th of March. It starts, the Neptune, Pluto, Uranus triangle. Then it's degrees exact in August 2025. And it goes all the way till February, March 2026. And this is something, a constellation that happens every 500 to 800 years. This time, it's in 0 degrees Aries, or in 30 degrees Pisces. And this is what is called the cosmic nexus, or the cosmic gap. And this happens every 500 to 800 years times 360. So this is an amazing thing. If you want to be aware how much history we are experiencing in this coming year, and you will see by the many quick events and disruptive events, I just give you the numbers. I calculate 650 years because depending on the constellations, it's sometimes 500, sometimes 800 years. 650 times 360, because there's 360 degrees in a circle, till again you reach the cosmic gap. This last happened about 234,000 years ago. 234,000 years ago. This is not our mankind. Whoever was there 234,000 years ago, this is the first primates were not even running around at that time. Maybe there were extraterrestrials from other planets visiting Earth. That's possible, who knows? And there will be so many disruptions in 2025, so many things changing, so many systems failing, so many new developments, and thinking about many things that are happening currently, including drone sightings where it's not clear what it is, who it is. It could go as far as that we first time make on a broad scale contact with extraterrestrial intelligences. But this is not the most important. It will be a shock, it will be a big disruption for most. So if you know the term Black Swan event, 2025 will be the year where we have more Black Swan events. Like remember 2020, suddenly Corona is there. 2025 will have more Black Swan events than ever before. And again, I remind you, this particular constellation with this triangle of the higher triad the spiritual planets, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, happens every 234,000 years. And that means a lot of disruption. Basically, disruption will be the new normal. And we need to be in a very high frequency. I speak about need. We can choose to be. We don't need to. It's up to you what you choose. We can choose to be in a high frequency, in a high consciousness, because this will be the way how 2025 will be a big chance. So for some people, it will be havoc. For some people, it will be catastrophic 2025. For some people, they will make the biggest leaps and bounds. It's all how quickly do you vibrate, what's your frequency, what's your speed, what's your energy, what's your consciousness. And this is the reason why I really take it serious. Use the opportunity. If any year, you should have a regular practice to be in the right frequency, in the right consciousness. 2025 is it. Now, I wish you a lovely Christmas, sweet birth of the divine child inside you, inside your heart, love and health and happiness for you and your dear ones. And I see some of you as direct participants of the 12 Essential Holy Nights in the next 3 years. Merry Christmas.